Imagine your business receives hundreds, even thousands, of customer support emails every day. Each one needs to be read, understood, and then routed to the correct department: billing, technical support, sales, or perhaps a general inquiry. This is a critical, yet often manual, process. It consumes valuable employee time, introduces delays, and can lead to customer frustration if an email lands in the wrong hands. But what if a computer could do this automatically? The core question is, how can a computer understand an email well enough to route it correctly, without a human ever reading it? How does it discern the difference between "my bill is wrong" and "my software won't start"? This isn't just about convenience, it's about a massive leap in business productivity. In this series, Back to Business, AI Productivity, we're diving deep into the foundational concepts that make AI not